they will send you a second letter. That is
Okay.
when you are qualified to go for the
For an
visa,
interview.
for the interview. And
Wow.
they are the one to book the appointment for you. You don't schedule an appointment like how we
Wow. This
do.
is
For,
VIP.
yeah, like how we do for the non-immigrant visa. They have one in Douala and one in Yaoundé. That's the
Okay.
capital of Cameroon. But and
Okay.
before you go for the medical, they need to see your second letter that the embassy have sent to you. There's a consular center have sent to you. They need to see your appointment date. Yeah, because the
Okay.
embassy will be the one to give you your appointment date. Then you can do, that's when you are qualified to do the medical, and the medical takes place 2 or 3 weeks before your appointment.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I went for the medical in Douala, and what they did is it's very expensive. You know, I'm a kid. I had to do DNA for all my children. I had to pay a lot of money, all those kind of things. You know, don't get me wrong. That's where I know that my wife is not cheating on me. So,
Imagine the shock.
so all my kids are mine. So,
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you're doing very well. Happy fall for those who are experiencing fall right now. I wish you all I wish you all a beautiful fall and a lovely preparation into the Christmas season. We have a wonderful guest today in the house, a peculiar gentleman. He is very phenomenal because we had a very beautiful meeting in Dubai and we are together in the US at the moment. And apart from that, this guy, Mr. Prince Bate, in his family, more than 20 people have won the USDV lottery in their family. And he recently moved into the US with his family in August of 2024. Tell me, who else can tell us more about the tricks and the tips of USDV lottery than him? So, without saying so much, let's hear from him. You're very welcome, Prince Bate.
thank you very much, Mrs. Agbofiona. It's a pleasure to be on your studio today. So my name is Prince Bate, and nice meeting you on live. I'm in US of A, precisely in Maryland.
Oof, that's awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. Please, can you
My pleasure.
introduce yourself?
Okay, like I said, my name is Prince Bate. I'm a Cameroonian. I'm a resident in Dubai and a permanent resident in the United States. Uh,
Ooh, loud it!
Anyway, thank you very much. I came to United States approximately like 2 months ago with DV Lottery, which we're about to talk about it today. So that's all about me. I'm married with a wife and I have 2 kids.
Wow. So Prince Bate just recently moved to the US. He has a beautiful wife and 2 lovely kids. So tell me a bit more about the DV lottery. How was your DV lottery experience? Starting from applying for the lottery, winning it, and moving over with your family of 4. I'm sure that wasn't an easy task at all. I'm sure it was quite daunting. So can you please walk us through the process of your DV lottery?
Yeah, thank you very much. DV Lottery, as we all know, which is ongoing, it started on the 2nd of October and it will last up to the 6th of November. Thus, we still have approximately like 2 weeks for the
Right,
lottery to come to an end. And
right.
like I said, I've been in the US for 2 months now. What I've realized is coming to the United States with DV Lottery is one of the best means ever you can ever come to the United States
Can say
because
that
you're
again.
coming with a permanent resident. You are a green card citizen. You have all the, what it takes to be an American citizen. When you
Right,
come with the lottery, you are free to do everything. So let's move for the journey of how it all started. Now,
right.
DV lottery is a random selection process. It's something that it's a machine that is selecting. It's a random process that you need to follow some certain steps before you can be eligible for you to qualify for the random selection. Now,
Awesome.
let's just, without wasting much of our time, we'll just move straight to the point. Now, when you're playing DV lottery, there are steps before you reach the final random selection. There are
One
elimination
second.
steps.
I'm
Yeah.
taking notes. Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, please. Take your notes,
Okay.
guys.
So, when you are applying for the DV lottery,
Mm-hmm.
there are steps to follow. Like I said, the most important step is the photograph. Okay, is the photograph. If your photograph is not good enough, you won't even reach the final stage of the selection. Like you earlier
Wow.
said at the introduction, almost all my family in US, we are about 15 of us that have traveled to the United States. We all played the
Wow.
lottery.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
my wife,
See?
kid, the person I'm living with, we are living together. My cousins, my aunties, all of them came with the lottery. So when we discovered the point or the key way or the tactic how to, even if you follow all the stuff, it doesn't give you a guarantee or 100% chance that you're gonna win the lottery, but at least fall into the people that will be, among the people that will be selected.
Okay.
So if let's start with the photograph. Now, DV
Mm-hmm.
lottery is having a particular size of photograph.
Okay.
The most important point when you're playing the DV lottery is the photograph. Is the photograph. There is a particular size to take the photograph, and most people they are, I. This is my second time of playing the lottery. I've never played the lottery before. I played lottery just once. I think when I came to Dubai, I played the lottery. I used my mobile phone to take the picture, which I never knew that I was doing the wrong thing. I've seen so many people playing the lottery using their mobile phone to take the picture. That is completely wrong.
Wow. Wow.
Even if you
Wow.
are using iPhone 30, you shouldn't use your phone to take the picture for TV lottery. No, that's the truth. You should use
Whoa.
a camera, no matter how the camera is small, but use a camera. That's the first thing. And the picture need to be 600 by 600 pixels. It
Wow.
should fit. Now, the trick is that even if you use any kind of picture and upload it in the system, it will still go. You will get the result. You will still get your confirmation number. You will get your confirmation page. But that doesn't mean they're going to move you to the next step because there
Wow.
is screening before they move to the final selection.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So
Mm-hmm.
when you are taking the picture, make sure the picture should not be more than 6 months old. Like
Mm-hmm.
a friend of mine called me that, oh, Prince Bate, I want to send you my picture for you to help me and play the lottery. I took the picture last year. I used the picture to play last year, so I'll just send it to you. I said, no, you cannot just use the picture you played last year to use it to play this year. The picture should not be more than 6 months old. They know how they do it.
Wow.
I've been at the US Embassy a couple of times, before I even won the lottery. I had a US
Mm-hmm.
visa before. So I know what it takes for you to, when they're asking for photo. So the picture is one of the main things. The size of the picture should be 600 by 600 pixel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a photographer, but I know that is how it is. Now, when I was playing the lottery, there is an app. I'm sure we're going to put the app name on the link
Right.
below. Yeah. So I use that app to upload my picture because that app can give you the accuracy of how, if for you to know if the picture is in the right standard. So when you
Okay.
upload your picture in that app and the app rejects the picture, it means even at the selection state, your picture will
The
be
picture will be
rejected.
rejected.
I
Wow.
remember when I was playing the lottery, I was in Dubai then, and my family was in Cameroon. They went, I sent them back home for, I don't know, it was holiday or something like that. So when they took the photo, I realized I had to send them to the studio for like 10 times because the
Wow.
app keeps rejecting the photo. So when the app rejects the photo, I will tell my wife, you need to go back to that studio and, try to see how you can take it again.
Mm-hmm.
Make the photographer, tell the photographer this is the right size. Some photographer will even tell you they know the size, but they will just crop anything and then
And
give you
give
that,
you.
oh, that is the result. If you don't know how to feed it in the right side or the app I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you about, you won't get the right result. So the picture is one of the main things. Secondly, when it
Okay.
comes to the picture, there should be no editing. When you're taking the picture, somebody told me, oh, I'm very dark in the picture. Let me try to edit it to put some more bright or some more light. I remember when I played the lottery, I came from sport. I came from the gym and I was sweating. I went to the photo studio to take the picture, and I saw the way the picture was. The guy that took the picture was so experienced. I told him, but it's not looking good. He said, bro, there should be no editing. I say, yeah, that's true. You're right. It means
Wow.
I'm in the right place. There should be no editing. There should be no, you shouldn't, your face must be straight, all your ears must come out, all the features in your face must be visible. One more important thing, you shouldn't dress in a way that you can be identified. Well, what do I mean by this? Some people take a photo with uniform. You understand? You can take a photo with uniform, with school uniform, with a kind of a dress that can identify you. No,
Mm-hmm.
you shouldn't take a picture that can identify you in any way. It's better you just take a random photo like what I'm wearing, white or black or whatever, but you shouldn't take a picture that will identify you. They can see, oh, this one is working in this company, because there is screening before the final random selection. So
Wow.
most people get rejected even before the random selection. That is how the lottery works. You understand? And
Yeah.
one more thing about the lottery is that you shouldn't lie. When you're going to
Okay.
the American embassy, you've been there before, you shouldn't lie. These people, they are human lie detector. That's how I call them. They are human lie detector. Your information must be true. You must provide the accurate information. And some people play the lottery without having the high school certificate. You must be eligible to play the lottery. And we all know the eligibility of playing the lottery is one, you must be having a high school certificate and above. So some people what do you call it? One is secondary school certificate, and you will be rejected. You won't. You won't. Some people play when they don't have a high school certificate, but when you're playing, at least put that you have high school. Although when you win the lottery, you're gonna face it, because going to the embassy, you need to present your high school certificate. So that's one of the main key. So that is it about the lottery. The link is there. Anybody that want to play the lottery, we are here. You feel free to ask your question. We will answer all your questions. We put the link on the bio below on how you can play the lottery. It's just a simple step. You log into the DV Lottery 2026 website, because what they are playing now is 2026. The results going to come out by May 2025, and they start their process and they will start traveling on 2026. So that is how the lottery works. You just need to, when you log into the website, you start filling your information. There are some information that, for example, when you're playing, you should put, there are places for address. The address where you are playing is where you're going to put. You understand?
Okay.
For example, I played the lottery in Dubai. All my address were in Dubai. I did not put, oh, my address is in blah 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 blah, because some people think that when you are a Cameroonian and you resident outside the country, you should put the the uh,
Cameron.
the
Your
Cameroon
address
address.
back home.
No, no. Even if you are in
Okay.
Iraq, you can put your information that you're in Iraq. And so when the lottery came, when I won the lottery, they sent me the winning letter, and all my address were showing Dubai, were showing UAE, and they even scheduled me to attend my appointment in
In
UAE, that's
UAE.
Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
But
Wow.
I had to divert it, because they will give you two options. I'm a resident in Dubai. I'm a Dubai resident, and I'm a citizen in Cameroon. So I have the right to choose if I want to attend the interview in Dubai or in Cameroon. I choose
That's good.
Cameroon because by then
Yeah,
my
family
family, they
rooms
were
there.
in Cameroon.
Right.
I
Makes
thought of
sense.
flying all of them back to Dubai or me going to Cameroon. Which one is
Be more
easier? So
expensive. Yeah.
yeah, I had to take the option of going to Cameroon for the appointment.
Okay.
So that's it.
Wow, 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 wow. Awesome, awesome. So just a recap, with playing the lottery, you have to be very intentional about the kind of photo you are uploading, because it seems from what Prince Bate explained, that is the determining factor if you'll be moved to the next step or not. The photo
Mhm.
should not be taken with a phone. Fiona, have you heard? Yes, I've heard. It should not be taken with a phone. It should be taken with a camera, no matter how the camera is. It should be 600 by 600 pixels. There shouldn't
Mhm.
be any editing or
Yeah.
any changes on the picture whatsoever. Then
No.
there should be no identifying factor on the picture like a uniform or
Good.
any logo
Any
whatsoever,
logo behind you, that is,
or
yeah.
behind you or on your
Okay.
body. Nothing. Those things just get you disqualified before time.
Yes.
And that's, I think that was it about the pictures. Then about the information you're providing into the system, your information has to be accurate. And I think especially for those who have gone to the US embassy severally and have gotten rejections, I think it
Mm-hmm.
will be very vital at this time to make sure the information you provide in your DV
Yes.
lottery application
Very
aligns
good.
with the one you used before, unless it's an information that changes over time, but it
Yes.
should be the same, it should be accurate. And
Now,
yes,
for those people that have already been at the US embassy before,
yes,
their system, the way US embassy operates, they have your system. Your system can never wipe away from their system. So you
okay.
should know that what you are putting, what you're filling in your form,
Mm-hmm.
it should be what you have previously, you
Written.
know,
Okay.
yeah, feel at the when you went for the US embassy for
Embassy,
visa
the
or
embassy
whatever other
interview.
kind of thing. Yes. So
Yes.
like me, before I won the lottery, I first of all I had a visa. We'll talk about this in the next
In
video.
the right.
Yeah. So what I know that all my information is already there at the US
Mm-hmm.
embassy. So if I change anything, it's gonna be a
Right.
big problem for me.
Big problem. That's true.
Yeah.
So imagine Prince Bate has actually been to the US before and went back home. Then he had a US visa again, and then he won the lottery again. Talking about triple blessings, my God, Prince Bate, you are so blessed. I remember when you told me this news last year. I was like, Prince Bate, you are so blessed. Because
Thank
I
you
know
very
people
much.
have gone to the US embassy several times, and when they go there, the embassy officers are like, "You have come again."
Yeah. They already know when they see your
They
information
already
at the
know.
US
And then at the
embassy,
end of
you
the day,
know.
you get a rejection. But this is Prince Bataye, who has been to the US before, and then he had another pending US visa. Then he won the lottery. So another thing, I'll just finish up with the points on the DV lottery, then I ask the next question. So another thing he mentioned, apart from the photos and the accuracy of your information, he also mentioned address. The address you use should be the address you have, the address where you reside. It should be where you
Mhm.
are at the moment. It shouldn't be
Yeah.
your permanent address, which is probably in Cameroon or Nigeria
Mhm.
or anywhere else. It should be where you played. Where did you play the lottery? That's the address you give. And I think, the last one, but not definitely not the least, is you should know the eligibility requirements. You should have at least a high school certificate. If you do not have this, I think it's better not to play until you have one. So the
Okay.
disqualifying factor is your high school certificate. If you do not have a high school certificate, I think it's appropriate to wait until you have one before you can apply.
Yes.
So I think I've done a recap of the wonderful, powerful points Prince Bate gave.
Yeah. So that is one of the key points that rejects people when they are playing TV lottery, because the next step is just for you to, fill your information. The information,
Mm-hmm.
they are your information. Where you went to school, your date of birth, your how many children you have,
Right.
or if you're married, your marital status. And one
Mm-hmm.
more thing, if you're playing a TV lottery and you are not married, don't put that you're married. You should be
Okay.
married before you play the deal lottery, putting that you're married. So you cannot put that you're married when you're single, because even if you win the lottery, those people, they have background check. They do a lot of check. They do a lot of course. Yeah, so you should put that you're single if you're single, you're married if you're married, you have kids, the number of kids you're having. Don't go further. Oh, because if I win, let me just add one of my auntie's son or my auntie's daughter, because it's something. You know, when I won the lottery, one woman met me and said, Uncle Prince, can I pay you 5 million francs so that you can include my son as one of
You would
your
have just
son or
lost the opportunity.
you will lose the
Ha!
opportunity.
Clean.
You will lose the
Can you
opportunity.
imagine?
So that is how it is. We should be very careful when it comes to,
Right.
yeah, those people, like I said, they are human lie detector. They know. Even there are some people going to the US embassy for a visit visa, a conference visa, or what kind of visa, they
Mm-hmm.
get rejected so many times. It's because they identify that you're not telling the truth. You need
Mm.
to look them in
In the
eyeball
face.
to eyeball and tell them the
Mm-hmm.
truth. All what they need is the truth.
Right.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
that is it about playing the lottery. I don't know if there's any other question.
Yes, please. I have a couple questions more. So my question will be for those who are planning on taking their high school exams in maybe a few months. Do you think it's advisable for them to play the lottery to include that they have a high school certificate in anticipation of the exams they are going to take and eventually pass?
The answer is yes. The
Okay.
thing is, I was with a young man. He
Mm-hmm.
went to the embassy. He never had advanced level. That's a high school certificate. And
Yes.
when he was playing, he mentioned in his application that he's having high school certificate.
Okay.
Now, when he went to the embassy, he wasn't having a high school certificate. He even tried to make some fraud or something. But when he reached the embassy, they requested for the high school certificate because the new system now is before 2 years ago, when you win the lottery, when you're selected, there will be a point where the embassy or the KCC, that's the consular center, Kentucky Consular Center, that is the main branch handling the lottery. They call it Kentucky Consular Center. They will send
Okay.
you an information for you to forward your document. Now, for 2 years, the last year and this year, they stopped the system of sending document online because it slows the system. So what they do is, once you are selected, you fill the DS260. There are process. We'll talk about that. Maybe the next question. You need to feel that you have an advanced level. And when you're going for the visa appointment, that is when you go with all your documents. You don't submit anything again online, nothing.
Okay.
You don't submit anything online. So
Oh,
before the appointment time, the lottery will use like let's say 1 year for the lottery to come out. You know that.
yes.
So
Right.
before 1 year, maybe you have the advanced level. So the
Exactly.
answer is yes. For people that in let's say they are into writing the high
The
school,
exams.
the
Okay.
exam in some few
All
months,
right.
they are eligible for the lottery because before the
Right.
lottery comes out, the
They
thing is
must
that
have
before the
taken.
lottery comes out, you have the high school certificate.
Okay.
So that is it.
All right, makes sense. And I think that could also apply to people who are in a relationship, people who are in a fiancé relationship. For instance,
Mm-hmm.
let's say their wedding is planned in December or 2, 3 months. I
Okay.
think it might be okay for them to play as married so that eventually, if they win, by the time
No.
they win,
No,
okay,
no, no.
all
With
right,
marriage, if
okay,
you know that your wedding is in December, okay,
mm-hmm. Yes,
and you want to play now, you will play as single. Now, before
okay,
the lottery comes out, you are married. You will
mm-hmm.
add your spouse or your children as beneficial. You understand? You will include
Okay.
them as beneficial. You don't need to say you're married because if you say that you're married, and
Your marriage certificate date,
the question you will get the next question based on your answer. If you are
right?
single, fine, you move to the next page. If you are married, the another page will pop up, like your
Okay,
when did you get married, where and when did you get married, blah blah blah, all this kind of question. You need to give the details concerning your spouse. You
okay,
understand? Your
right.
spouse details. your name, the spouse days of birth, where the spouse is resident, where is this, where is this. So you play as single, but before the lottery comes out, you're married, you can include your spouse as beneficiary. It works.
Okay, but if you include your spouse as a beneficial or a dependent, will you be able to travel with your spouse when it's
Yes,
time?
yes.
Really?
We were with a couple. They came with a lottery. This lady, she won the lottery when she was not married. No, she played the lottery when she was not married. And
Okay.
what makes me to even interview them is that I saw her with a little baby, like a few months old baby. I asked her, but how did you come with this child if you played the lottery? Because I know that the lottery takes itself 1 year to come out and approximately some few months for all the paperwork to, like me, for my own case, the lottery took 1 year to come out and I stayed about 1 year again before I went to the embassy. So approximately like 2 years. I said, but
Mm-hmm.
how are you having this little baby when, how did you play the lottery? She told me I played the lottery as a single. I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
married and I had no child then. So when I won the lottery, I include my spouse, my husband, as a beneficiary with my son. I
Oh,
got married and I had my child before the lottery came out. So it is possible. It's very possible.
wow.
Myself, I never knew about that. That's the truth.
I never knew too, and they're in the
I
US
never
today.
knew about that. I was even arguing with my wife. I said, no, I will ask this couple some question. How did they
Yes.
manage to come with a child, this little baby? How? It's not possible. Before they told me, no, it works. And the man is I add my husband and my son as beneficial, and it works. So it will work. But
Wow.
if you play as marriage and they ask
Mm-hmm.
you to put your date of marriage, you don't even know. Even
Right.
if you
That's
put the
true.
day as December, you already disqualifying yourself because you are playing when December has not reached.
Has not reached. That's right.
Yeah. So December has not
Okay.
reached. So
That's true. Wow, wow, wow. Honestly, I've never heard this before because I
myself, I
think,
never heard of it until I saw someone who has gone through it and succeeded before. When we are walking around, we get information every day,
right,
and I had to
right.
interview this lady. The lady said no. And I remember I went with the lady for medical. Me and my wife, we were together with the little baby.
Okay.
We went for this,
Wow.
I don't know, we call it this PPG or whatever. I don't know how they call it
Yes,
here.
the
Yeah,
tuberculosis
yeah, tuberculosis
test.
and the rest. So we went there, I met her, and I still interviewed her. So that is it.
Wow. Then I think maybe things have changed because I remember a couple of years ago, one of our friends played, I think he played as single, he won the lottery, and then he wanted to include his family, and they were all denied.
He played as single. Now,
Yes.
which family did he or she want to include? Wanted to include?
He played as single. He
Okay.
did not include his family, but he was
Okay.
married with kids.
Mm-hmm.
He was already married with kids before he played the lottery. But when it was time for the lottery, he played alone. When he now won, he wanted to include his family, and that's when everything went sour.
Well, I think things have changed.
I think things
also,
have changed. Yes, I really
also,
think so too.
there are certain things like I said before. When you're playing the lottery, you shouldn't lie. Now
That
you are
well,
married. You are
that's
married,
true.
and you played as single.
As single,
They will ask for the marriage certificate. It shows that you're married two
you
years
were
ago or
married.
3 years ago,
You're right.
but you
You're
played
right,
as
Ayo.
single.
That's true. That's true.
So
That's
any
true.
little mistake you made will reduce your chances of getting the visa or winning the lottery.
Right, right. Why? That's very true. Okay, that's awesome. So that will bring us
Mhm.
to the next question. How was your visa interview? Was it easy to find a visa interview date, first of all, to begin? And how was your interview session? Was it like they were asking you questions? Did you prepare so hard for it? Or you just went there to get that US visa stamped in your four passport? Like, yay!
Okay, I will start from when you are selected. When you
Okay.
have been selected for the DV lottery, the first thing they will send you an information that you check online and you will see, oh, I have been selected. You have been randomly selected for further processing of the
Ah, God, oh, I claim it.
diversified DV program. Once you have been selected, the first thing to do is, if you don't have a passport, you need to make a passport. You need to get a
Okay.
passport.
Mm-hmm.
Because previously, there was 1 year, I think 3 or 4 years ago, DV lottery, you cannot play the lottery without having a
Without a
passport.
passport,
Yes,
yes.
but they realized that people, it wasn't working. So right now you can play without having a passport. But when you
Okay.
win the lottery, the first thing to do is to get a passport, an international passport. Now, when you get an international passport, you log into the US website where you win. They will send you a link to fill the what we call DS-260 form. I think
Okay.
for tourist visa or for conference visa or visit visa, they fill the DS-160. But
Yes,
for
for
lottery, yeah,
non-immigrant
okay,
visas, all non-immigrant
non-immigrant visa,
visas, they filled
yeah, it's
we filled DS one
DS-160.
sixty. Yes,
Okay, for immigrant visa, we fill the
two
DS-260.
sixty.
You need to fill that DS-260 form. It's a very long form. It's really, it's really long. You know, everything about you, including your grandmother's name, your mother's name, even the ones that have died, you need to include everything. You know, for one application, I use about 2 days to fill one for one person. So you can imagine I was filling for
Four.
4 of us. I had to
Mm-hmm.
use approximately like 1 week to finish filling the form.
Wow.
So that is the first thing. When you win, and when you have been selected and they send you the winning letter, it comes with your case number. It comes with
Okay.
what we call case number. There are some people that are number one, and there are some people that are number 100. Like when I won the lottery, they selected 110 applicants. We were selected
Okay.
110 of us for the whole world. That's how they always select.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow. Wow.
110. But inside the 110, only 55,000 visas are available. Now they select 110,000 people all over the world, and 55,000 visas are available. So
Whoa.
not everybody that wins the lottery or won the lottery or whatever is
We'll get a visa
qualified
to
to
come
get
to the
the visa.
US.
So winning is one
No.
thing, to get the visa is another thing, because only 55,000 visas are available. Once they reach the 55,000 visa, even if they are on number 40,000, they will stop.
What?
Yes, they will stop. So I know a lot of people that won the lottery, but they didn't go, they didn't receive the second letter because the immigration or the embassy, they reach the standard, the maximum number of visa they are supposed to get without reaching their numbers. So, well, like for example, this our year, this they ended at number, I think it was number 75,000. So when
Oh.
they reached number 75,000, and I was number 74,000 something,
What?
yeah, I was 74,000 something. So when they reach 75,000, they have already, achieved, or they have already gotten the number of visas, the 55,000 visas that they need. And you should know that when you're playing as a family, or when you win as a family, everybody is counted as one. For me, I don't have one visa. I have four visa
Four
out of the
visas.
55,000.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
So, there are some people also that they are 10 in numbers. They have 10 visas, some having 7 visas. So, when you're filling the form, you should make sure that you fill the form extremely well. You shouldn't rush. You shouldn't rush, because any little thing, they will stop you. When I was at the embassy, I saw they reject some people based on your documents are fake. Some don't have the required document. For example, I've lived in Dubai. There are some documents you need to provide, like the police clearance in Dubai.
Yes.
All the countries you have traveled
You
to,
have lived.
you need to provide
Wow.
police clearance from all the countries you have traveled to.
Ha.
So that is it. So I've traveled to so many countries. I did not include some of them because I know that I cannot get police clearance from all those countries. So it's better, if you are lying, make sure you're lying a good lie. Maintain your lie and the lie. For example, I traveled one time to Russia. I came back. If I don't tell them I've traveled to Russia, they don't have a GPS to know that I've traveled to Russia. Although it can show inside my passport, but that was long time ago. I wasn't using the passport anymore, you know.
Okay.
And all the time I've been going to the US embassy, I haven't mentioned that I traveled to Russia.
Okay,
So
you just maintain that.
I maintain.
Be
So
consistent.
that is it. You have to fill the GS-260 form. Once you fill the GS-260 form, you will just wait. You need to wait for them to review your application or for them to reach your number. Once they reach your number, they will send you a second letter. That is
Okay.
when you are qualified to go for the
For an
visa,
interview.
for the interview. And
Wow.
they are the one to book the appointment for you. You don't schedule an appointment like how we
Wow. This
do.
is
For,
VIP.
yeah, like how we do for the non-immigrant visa. You
My
understand?
brother. Ah,
They
only
send
to
you
find a date.
everything. Yes,
Hmm.
they send you everything, including your appointment date.
Wow. Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
they will send it to you. So once you receive the second letter with your appointment date, the next thing you need to do is to book for your medical. And now the
Okay.
medical is very expensive. You need to book
Mm-hmm.
for your medical. So the medical, like for example, I will take the example of Cameroon,
Yeah.
because in they have this a specific hospital they send you to go.
Okay.
You can tell it's a polyclinic frontier. I think polyclinic,
Okay.
yeah, polyclinic frontier in Douala. In
Okay.
Douala, they have one in Douala and one in Yaoundé. That's the
Okay.
capital of Cameroon. But in UAE, that is Dubai. I think they have about two hospitals also. They are the
Okay.
one you can just type online hospital eligible, the hospital that you can do the that American embassy, blah blah blah. You can just type online. You will see
Right.
the hospital that are, you know, they are qualified to do the medical for you. You cannot just go to any
Okay.
hospital. And
Okay.
before you go for the medical, they need to see your second letter that the embassy have sent to you. There's a consular center have
Mm,
sent to you. They need to see your appointment date. Yeah, because the
yeah.
embassy will be the one to give you your appointment date. Then you can do, that's when you are qualified to do the medical, and the medical takes place 2 or 3 weeks before your appointment.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I went for the medical in Douala, and what they did is it's very expensive. You know, I'm a kid. I had to do DNA for all my children. I had to do pay a lot of money, all those kind of things. You know, don't get me wrong. That's where I know that my wife is not cheating on me. You see, because so,
Imagine the shock.
so all my kids are mine. So so that is it. We went for the medical, and it's, you know, it's a normal medical. They will take your blood sample, you do some X-ray, and the rest. And I think the next thing, they will send the result to the U.S. embassy, but they will ask you to come and collect the hard copy result. You will take it to the embassy also.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you collect the hard copy result, I think 3 days before your appointment date,
Okay.
because before they were not giving the hard copy. Why? Because so many people will open it. You are not supposed to open the result. Like me, till now, I don't even know what is inside the result. I've never seen it. They gave
Since
me
you're in
the
the US,
result.
we know what was inside.
So I've never opened the result. So that is it. You just take all the necessary documents. There are a lot of documents: your passport, your marriage certificate if you are married, your advanced, your high school certificate if you have one, police clearance. That's police clearance, or what you call non-conviction, or whatever you can
Okay.
get to prove
Okay.
that you are not a criminal, or you have never served in a prison. You know, the list of documents you have to bring. The second letter they will send to you, you need to print it out and bring the winning letter, all the document, whatever document you think can back you up at the embassy, you need to bring them. The
Okay.
original copy and the photocopy, like birth certificate, the original copy and the photocopy of your birth certificate. You need to bring everything.
Okay.
So
Oh.
after that, we move now to the D day, the interview day. When we reach at the embassy, it was so easy. You know, when you are going with the lottery, it's so easy. They don't ask any question. You just enter inside. The first stage you will do is verification of document. They need to verify all your document to know that your documents are authentic, they are correct. After that, they will send you to pay the visa fee. Some people don't even know that when you win the lottery, you still need to pay for the visa fee.
Visa fee, right?
Yes,
Okay.
you need to pay for visa fee. That is, after verification, you need to pay for the visa fee. Even if they don't grant you the visa, you lose the money. The visa fee is non-refundable.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So when you pay the visa fee, you wait for when the consular officer will call for you in the counter. Now, as a lottery, when you are going with lottery, you have been selected by United States government. You are not going as if you are going for, a tourist or a conference or a business
Oh, you're going
school
for
or
as a
whatever.
student
It is the government that is asking you to come and,
to come.
increase the number of, the Americans. So they
Wow.
already know once your documents are okay, there is no guarantee they will refuse you the visa because they
Wow.
don't ask you
Wow.
anything. If somebody want to ask you question, like for me, the consular officer, when they were verifying my document, not the consular officer, the person verifying my document just asked me, "What do you do for a living?" And I just said, "I'm a project manager in Dubai." He said, "Oh, that's all." So wait when the consular officer will call you. So when I reached the consular officer, the only thing he asked me and my family, that's my wife, because my kids were already sleeping. They
Mm-hmm.
were sleeping, they were so tired,
Oh, I can
it's a
imagine.
process. So they don't even know, they were not aware of what was going on there. They were just carrying them and they're sleeping. So the only thing they'll ask you to do is to raise your hand up and swear that whatever you say, or swear to be a good citizen, pledge
Ooh.
to obey the laws of the
Oh
land
my
and
God.
everything. Yeah, you just go there to swear. They just swear you in as a citizen, as a
Wow.
green card citizen. You don't answer any question, nothing. So that is it. The man said, you need to swear that whatever you're saying here is the truth and nothing but the truth. I say, yeah, we swear. And that's all. He said, no, we have checked all your documents. Everything is okay. The visa has been granted. That's all. And they will give
Wow.
me a booklet that contains the rights and duties of American
Of a
citizens. They will
US
give you
citizen. Ah,
of a US
God.
citizen. So it's good when you know, when you're coming to America with DB lottery. It's very
Wow.
good because the stress people go through, the stress in this land, but people don't
I
know.
know the stress.
So before you reach the US, you are already having your green card, you have your social security, you have, if you have kids, there is a free education, there is a free medical insurance. So that is it when it comes to lottery.
Wow, 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 wow. That's amazing. So he has walked us through the process from when he got the wonderful letter you have been selected for the next round. And after that, they filled out the DS 260 form. This DS 260 form, did you pay any money for it?
No, you
Okay.
don't pay anything for the DS 260,
260.
DS
Okay.
260. It's just a very long form you just pay. And even when you are about filling the DS 260, they will still tell you this is not a guarantee that you get the visa.
Right.
Winning is one, going all the process and getting the visa is another one. So you need to be very careful when you're filling the DS260 form. Like for example, there are some people that are still filling the DS260 form as of now, the 2025 lottery. Some people are
Okay.
still filling the DS260 form because they just started their visa appointment. It started this October. It started
Okay.
this October because 2024 ended in September and 2025 starts in October. So some people are
Oh,
still feeling. So when you are feeling the DS260, you should be very careful and just know if they don't call you, know that they haven't reached your case number. You should wait
okay.
until they reach your case number, then they'll reach you. If all your information are okay.
Okay. So after he got the letter, the first letter stating that he has been successful in the lottery process, the next thing he got a form. He was asked to fill the DS 260 form. And after that, he had to wait until he got a second letter saying he can proceed to the next step. Then the letter also came with a US visa appointment, a US
Yes.
visa appointment for him and his family. He did
Yes.
not go about looking for the appointment himself. The
No, no, no.
US people took charge of that, and afterwards he had to do the medicals, and the medicals are done in specified hospitals. So you have to
Hospital.
be very keen on where you are at, so that you know exactly where you're supposed to do the medicals at. And we know the medicals is very expensive, so you want to be sure that you're doing it at the right place. And
Mm-hmm.
afterwards, they went to the US Embassy for the interview. And the medicals is done about 2 weeks to the date of the interview.
Yeah,
And when the
two, three
results
weeks.
come out,
The date. Yeah.
okay, okay. And when the results come out, they send the results to the US Embassy, and they also give you a hard copy to bring with you on the day of your interview. And on the day of
Mm-hmm.
the interview, you have to go with all your documents. Every document you feel will be relevant for you. The letter, the first letter, second letter, everything, you have to bring it with you on the day of your appointment. And when you get there, he did not go through they did not go through an interview. They just went into a swearing. They just went there to take an oath. So let's not call it a US visa interview. No, for DV lottery winners, they are going to swear and to get their visas to come into the US. They are going
Yeah.
to swear to be good and law abiding citizens in the US. That's really, really interesting. That's really nice. Okay, now that brings me to the next question. When you receive the first letter, when you receive the DS-260 form to fill, do they give you a specific timeline within which you should return it to them, or you can
No,
take your time to
no.
get it
That's a
done
very
right?
that is a very good question. Once your winning letter is out, once you check in the laptop or your phone and see
Yes.
that, or you have been selected,
Mm-hmm.
inside the paper, inside the winning letter, there is a link.
Oh,
There is a
okay.
link for you to log into the US website to complete the DS-260. Now, the DS-260
Okay.
is not the same for everybody. Like for
Oh,
me, when I log into the website, I saw the information of all my family. I need to, take one and fill, take one and fill, So it's different. You need to fill the form as fast as possible because
okay.
some people don't even know their case number. For example, you are having a case number of, let's say, number 10,000. You are the
Mm-hmm.
first people, they are the first people to go to the embassy or to go for the visa appointment. If you have not filled your DS-260, how will they call you? They won't call you. They won't send you the second letter. They will send you the second letter based on the information you have filled inside your DS-260. So the advice is, once you receive the letter that you have been selected for further processing of the visa, what you
Yes.
need to do is to go immediately in the US website and fill the DS-260. There is not a
Okay.
particular time they will give you, but what if you delay and they have already passed your number? What if
Mm-hmm.
you're delaying and they're already at number 15,000 when you are number 5,000? It will be very difficult. They might not come back, or even if they want to come back to you, it might take a lot of time. So you
Right.
shouldn't you don't want to miss the chances of
Mm-hmm.
for them to pass you. That's if you're having a low case number. What you should do is fill the DS-260 as fast as possible. I was having a very high case number, but I was I used before when the lottery came out the same week. The same week, I made a passport for all my kids. My kids were not having passport. My wife was having passport. Yeah, I made passport for my kids immediately with immediate effect. That brings us to a situation where some people can win the lottery and they cannot go because of the expenses. You need to get a
Right.
passport, you need to get this, you need to get this. Some people don't even have the money.
Right.
So and one more thing, I forgot why they are selecting this large number of applicants. Like my year, I told you were selected 110,000.
10,000.
Meanwhile,
Mm-hmm.
they need just 55,000 visas. It's because there are some people that will win the lottery and they will not go. There are some people that will win the lottery. Some have died. You understand? Some
Mm-hmm.
some some are in the village. Some don't even have internet connection to check that they won the lottery. Some have
Right.
traveled already. Some are married. Some don't even have a high school degree. There are a lot of reasons that will make people to disqualify themselves or not moving
Wow.
into the next round. That is why they are selecting a large number of applicants so that once you are not eligible, the number can increase. During I remember 2 years ago, they had the 55,000 visas when they were on number 65,000. So the people from
Oh,
65,000 right up to 100,000, they didn't reach them.
wow.
So
Wow.
that is how it is. Some people,
Okay.
there's a lot of factors that will make some people not to
Not
participate in
to
the next round.
go. Okay. Wow. That's really, really interesting to know. So
Mhm.
this DV lottery thing, like Prince Martin said, it's a time factor related thing because when you get the letter, the winning letter, here you have won the lottery, you have to do things as soon as possible. He was
Yes.
very swift. The same
Mhm.
way he made his kids' passport, he did not want anything to disqualify them.
No,
He
no,
made
no,
his
no.
kids' passport and started filling the DS260 form. And he got everything done. And here he is today. So it means once you get that winning letter, don't sleep on it. Get it
Done.
filled out, work on it, take your time, go through, and then submit it and sit and relax and wait for the
Just
next
sit
step.
and relax. There are a lot of questions coming in. Like this question is for people that are filling the GS260 form as of now, because there are people still filling it. The 2025 people, they are filling the GS260. Some people
Okay.
ask me that when you fill the GS260 form, do you need to submit your documents at the KCC, that's the Kentucky Consular Center? Do you need to
Mm-hmm.
submit some documents? The answer is no.
No,
You don't need
yes,
to
you
submit
mentioned that. That's
anything.
true.
Yes. You
Okay.
just fill the GS260. Whatever they need from you, you will fill it inside the form. Like I said, it's a very long form.
Okay.
So
Right.
when they reach you, they will get to you. When they reach your number, they'll get to you.
Okay, that's amazing. So that brings me to my next question. You mentioned that this lottery process entails a lot of money. Were you required to show a bank statement in any way? Were you also required to show someone who lives in the US, like a relative who will be receiving you at the airport or who will be lodging you during your first months of stay here?
Okay. Now, when you win the lottery and you are filling the DS260 form, there is a particular space where you need to fill this. You need to fill the person who will receive you here in the United States. Some
Okay.
people think that the government will provide house and provide everything. No, you should have somebody that will receive you here in the United States, and the person should be a legal resident in the United States. You
Okay.
understand? Because they will
Right.
verify even the person's information. So
Okay.
you should feel someone who is having a green card, someone who is having a work permit, someone who can be as your guardian, who can support you for some time before you stand on your feet or get a job in the United States. So
Right.
you should include all those things inside the DS260 form. And when you're going for the visa appointment, there is no bank statement. There is
Oh.
nothing.
Oh.
But
Wow.
you should know there is no bank statement. You don't need to have any
Ooh.
bank statement. Someone
Okay.
asked me that, do I need to provide affidavit of whatever? You don't need to
Support.
provide
Yes.
anything.
Wow.
Nothing and nothing. Only the documents that consent you that you need to provide. There is no bank statement, no affidavit, nothing. So, but you need to have someone that will receive you here at the United States. The person address, contact number, visa status, everything you need to have. But they don't ask even for the bank statement of the receiver.
That's awesome. Wonderful. So I have another question.
Okay.
Years ago, when we used to play the lottery, my husband and I used to play as married and I include him and our kids. Then he will also play on the same route. He will also play as married and include me and our kids. Do you think actions like that would increase someone's chance of being selected or hurt someone's chance of being selected? Because obviously we never won the lottery. So
Yes, when you played when you're married and you and your wife play the lottery, it increased your chances. For
oh.
example, I played the lottery and my wife played the lottery. I won the lottery. I
Oh,
played and I put her under
under
me,
you. Yes.
her and the children. She also
Yes.
played and put me and the children under her.
Under her.
So
Okay.
we have two chances of winning the lottery. So that is
Oh.
it. So
So did
it's
you both
advised.
win?
No, I won.
Okay. Wow.
But we have we were in fact we were having we were two candidates, going
But
in
that's
for
that's
the
good. I wanted to be
yeah.
sure of that. Okay,
Hmm.
that makes sense. All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
So
Okay.
that is how it is.
All right. So with respect to when you arrived in the US, did you just when did you get your green card exactly? Did you get your green card at the US embassy in Cameroon when you went for your consular interview? Or you got your green card when you moved into the US, when you arrived the US?
Now that's a very good question. Once the visa has been granted to you at the US embassy, it will take a couple of days for you to get your passport, because once the consular officer tells you that, oh, your
Yes.
visa has been approved,
Yes.
you will leave your passport there at the embassy,
Right.
and they will send your passport at DHL. There is always
Okay.
DHL, or some people get that post office or whatever. Now, when you're going to get the passport with your visa inside, they will advise you to pay for your green card
Okay.
immediately, because the green card, you do pay for the green card. It's payable. I think it's, I don't know, $130 or $230 something like that. I don't know,
Okay.
but you should pay. You will pay for the green card. You understand? When you
Right.
pay, the green card always take, let's say, 3 weeks to 1 month before it comes out. The green card.
Okay.
Now, some people, for you to, you cannot get it in Cameroon. You can get it only in the United States.
Okay.
Some cases, before you even enter United States, it's already waiting for you at the address that you filled when you were
When
filling
you
your
feel your
your
DS260 form.
DS260. That is where
Wow.
everything will come. They will deliver all your documents there. So you should be very careful. That is when, before, you will just sit and they will bring your social security number inside. You will
Wow.
just sit and they will bring your, now, if you get, how you ask the question on how long can it take for you to get a green card, it depends on you. The green card can be processed only when you pay the green card fee.
The fee.
Some people
Okay.
pay it in Cameroon so that before they reach here, the green card is waiting for them. Some people don't have money. They will say, no, I can come here and pay for the green card. Whenever you pay, it will take 3 weeks for you to get it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is it.
Oh, awesome. All right. So when you got here, you paid for your green card, and when you got here, you had your green card with you. Well, were there other processes you had to go through when you arrived the US,
No,
or everything
no,
was
everything was already in their system. For example, before you arrive at the immigration, there is an envelope that the US Embassy will give you to give it at the immigration upon arrival at the US.
okay?
There is an envelope. The envelope, you are not supposed to open it. Like I said, I don't even know what is inside the envelope. You will hand it at the immigration. They already know when they see your visa. It's like a visa they will stamp inside your passport. It's a permanent resident visa. So when they see it, and it's included DV lottery, so they already know that there is a password you need to give to them. They will ask you for the password. Do you have a password for us? An envelope? You said, yeah. So they will take the password. That password already, all your information is inside. Everything
Okay.
they need about you is inside. So once you enter the US, and even at the port of entry, there is no stress. You just
Wow.
pass at the immigration like as if you are already a citizen. So you don't have any
Wow.
issue. There is no question. There is nothing. So you don't have to go through any process when you reach. If you have already paid for the green card, you will sit only in the house, and your social security number will meet you in the house. You will not apply for it. You won't do anything. It will meet you in the house.
Wow.
The green
That's
card will
amazing.
come and meet you in the house. Everything will meet you in the house.
DV lottery is a deal. Now I have this. Should I say last question? What is your best advice to someone who wants to play the lottery today? Do you advise them to go to a studio, play the lottery there, or you advise them to sit at home use their laptops, use their cameras, snap the pictures with the required specifications you mentioned, and play the lottery on their own?
Okay. My advice for people that want to play the lottery is that first, the best way to come into United States is by lottery. It's very good. I urge everybody to take the chance and play the lottery. If you want to play the lottery, for me, I did not play the lottery in the studio, but I took the picture in the photo studio. I took the picture
Okay.
and they sent the soft copy to me on my email address, on my WhatsApp or whatever. And I happened to, struggle to get the right dimension of the photograph. I used my laptop to play the lottery.
Okay.
Some people, I've seen a lot of people that went to the photo studio and they are selected. The only thing is for you to enter the right information. And this thing of there are notion people always say, oh, I have my brother in the United States that I will send my information for him to play. No, no, even where you are, you can still play the lottery and you'll be selected. You can play in the house, you can play in the photo studio, or this what do you call this
Cyber,
the internet
cyber cafe.
house, cyber cafe.
Mhm.
You can play the lottery there. The only thing is make sure the information provided are accurate and you get it.
Okay.
Mostly the picture.
All right. But are you sure that these cyber cafes really understand the specific requirements of these lottery pictures? Because I think some photographers may not really understand those
They
specifics
don't.
and they can just snap anything.
If you remember at the start of the interview, I
You
told
mentioned
you
that
that
you sent your
my
wife
wife
back
went to
several
the
times.
photo studio like 10 times. You
Okay.
understand? That is
Mm-hmm.
because the photo studio, they will tell you that, oh, we are professionals. People are winning here. We have a lot of successful candidates. But that doesn't mean they know the right size. You understand?
Right.
So if you meet someone that can get the right size, then it's good. Because the other part of it is for you to fill your information. They will be filling the information while you are there. You understand? Your first
Right.
name, the middle name, the last name. There are some people that does not even know their first name or the middle name or the last name, the surname. There are people that does
Right.
not even know. So you want to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that all the information you're providing it's accurate and it's the right information. So wherever you play, if you do it right, it will go through. You don't need to say,
Okay.
no, I need to sit at home. Even if you sit at home, if you don't have the right information or the right, let's say, the picture, then you are still doing the wrong thing. So, what you need to do is to get the right material, the right photo, the right dimension, and the right everything for it to go through.
Okay. Alrighty, thank you so much for this wonderful, insightful session. I have learned so much, and I'm very sure everyone who is going to watch this video, or everyone watching this video, has learned a thing or two. So, conclusively, what is your final word of advice to people out there, especially to those who have played the lottery several times without winning, like myself?
The only thing in life is you shouldn't give up. There is time for everything. Uh, it doesn't mean because I was selected I know more than some other people. No,
Right,
or I'm more educated more than some other people. No, once it's your time, it's your time. We should just pray to God, believe, go through the right process, and
mm-hmm.
don't think because you have been playing since you were 13 years old, you have played for like 30 times. No, you cannot be selected. You can still be selected. There are some people that will play just for one time and they will be selected. Like me, I played
Right.
lottery just for 2 times. But I know a lot of people that won the lottery after their like maybe seventh time they
True.
finally they won the lottery. Yeah, so it's a random selection. It's not something that someone is selecting. It's machine that is selecting. No one can tell you that, oh, because my brother is in America, I will play in America and I will win. No, even people in America are playing lottery. They are also
Right.
playing lottery.
Of course.
So yeah, so it doesn't mean that because someone will be playing, they have a high chance. No, it's a random selection. Just make sure you fit the requirements for you to go through the last stage of the selection.
Wow. What you said just made me remember one of my in-laws. who had played the lottery 7 times, and on the eighth time he won and he came to the US. So yes, you're right. The only thing is to not give up and try to find ways of including all these tricks and tips that you've mentioned so that we can increase our chances of winning the lottery. Thank you so much, Prince Bate, for your time today. This has been a very long video, but very beneficial too. And we are hoping and praying that you apply these tips and bring good results, good news, and testimonies back to us in the comments about how you were able to use some of these tricks and tips and win the US lottery. Beginning with me, I'm positive.
I'll be so glad to see people at the comment section, even at next year, to say that, oh, I go
Yes.
through the tips, I went through, I searched
Yes.
for the app, I got the right photo, and I was selected. It will be our pleasure.
Thank you so much. So just a general recap. Prince Bati mentioned eligibility requirements, which is a high school certificate. But if you know you're taking the high school exams in a few months, you can apply for the lottery. You can mention that you have a high school certificate because your high school results will be out before the lottery results come out. Secondly, you have to make sure the information you input is accurate and it ties with previous information that you have put in the US system before for those who have applied for US visa before. You have to make sure you have a dress on, which is very neutral, and you have a neutral background, nothing identifying you whatsoever on that. And then the picture specificity, you must make sure you follow all the requirements of the pictures, the picture size, the picture frame, and everything else. So I think that this has been a great session, and I wish us all the very best. Thank you so much, Prince Bati. Have a
My
nice
pleasure.
evening.
Thank you
Bye.
very much. Bye.